squash before. And I like it because it's fun, it's easy, and it tastes good, and you can think you're eating spaghetti. And this is one that for any low-carb diet and you have to give up spaghetti, this is a really good substitute for that. You get the feeling of spaghetti in your mouth. It's not the heavy, whole wheat type stuff if you're not quite used to that. It's high fiber. You're getting, vitamins and whatever in this. Now, I did cook this already. I put it in the microwave for about 10 minutes. I did prick it. You can see here with a fork. And I just stuck it in whole in the microwave and cooked it. And you can tell when it's done just by if it's kind of soft and it gives a little bit. So we're going to cut both ends off. I do. And we're going to just take the seeds out of this. And you have to be careful when you take the seeds out that you don't take some of the spaghetti squash stuff out with it. So you just want to be careful. Some of it naturally comes with it, but kind of look like little pumpkin seeds. And you can do this. We're going to put an Alfredo sauce on it now, but you can use it with just a plain spaghetti sauce. Like I said, it's a good substitute for spaghetti. You could, I've seen recipes where in the summer you might just want to put a little vinaigrette dressing with it, throw in some grape tomatoes or cherry tomatoes, whatever you have, and make that a whole little dish. All right, I'm going to put this in here.
Can I just use a little olive oil and Parmesan? It was perfect.
Yeah.
It wasn't heavy and it was delicious.
I think it's one of the underrated vegetables. People don't know what to do with it because it, oh, what do I do with that? It's like a pumpkin. And then for those of you who don't know, you just kind of scrape the rest of this out with a fork. And it comes out really easy. And so I know you asked how many servings you can, or how much they are. Sometimes they're on sale. Watch for the sale, but you get a good amount. This was not a very big spaghetti squash. And I would say that this right here, this can be 2 big servings, 2 dinner-sized servings. So that's quite a bit. Now, of course, you can have more because it is, instead of pasta, it's vegetables. But so you could easily get 4 good-sized servings out of here. Okay. Okay, very easy, all done. Might have to break it up a little. That looks great. Okay. Now our sauce is some sour cream. Leftover, you mean like the next day? Yeah, you could put that in the refrigerator. Yeah. There we got a testimonial right there. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty sturdy. Sometimes some things turn into water, but this is pretty good. Okay, we've got our spaghetti squash here. We've got our sour cream here. We're going to put in some shredded mozzarella, which is here. I just added this all at the same time. We're going to put in some Parmesan, and I always like to get the finely shredded, although if you get the kind in the jar, that's perfectly all right. A little salt and pepper. I'll go ahead and add that, and a little bit of garlic. Okay. Now this is a very quick cooking sauce. I may need that back. Take that back. So you want to be careful with it. You don't want to burn it. We just want to melt everything together. So I like to keep it kind of going, stirring constantly, whisking it. Water on the burner. And this kind of saves from starting with the butter and the flour and all that. And you could use the reduced fat, the light sour cream. All right. And this is also sort of a quick and easy meal to have. Like I said, the spaghetti squash cooked about 10, 12 minutes in the microwave, depending on what size you have. Might take a little bit longer, might take a little bit longer with your microwave. But it's an easy thing to do. And then the sauce is real quick. Because already you can see the cheese is pretty well melted. How's the time on our, 9 minutes, okay. Okay, I'd say that looks pretty good. We got pretty much all the cheese melted. It's hot. Now it says to add the spaghetti squash back in here. And I'm not going to trust that with this little pot. I have done that in the past, but I think maybe we'll just do it the other way. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I am going to stick this in the oven for a few minutes, just because the spaghetti squash was not hot when we cooked it, and the heat from the sauce isn't going to heat it up all the way. So I'm just going to pop it in for a few minutes till we're done, and then we'll be all ready. 7 minutes on that, somewhere around about that. So we'll leave that in there. Let's see, we'll put it on 7. Okay, here's our spaghetti squash, Alfredo. It looks really good. So we got that going on, put that there. And our, let's see, I made one earlier.